Okay, so in last session we have seen about data types, then operators, separators. We discussed about that. So today practically we are going to see how to work with the programs. Before we go with any program, we need to know about comments. In Java, you can write comments in two different ways: a single line comment or multi-line comment. A single line comment spans across just one line. So line here, when you press enter key, it goes into next line. Line meaning is at the end, if you have enter key pressing, so it's nothing but a line. Similarly, you can have multi-line comments. Multi-line comments can span across multiple lines. So when you put two slashes, this is going to be single line comment. After these two slashes, you need to put the comment. Whatever comment you want to put, you can put. Comment basically we use for describing the program. Okay, you write a program, it may contain number of lines. You may declare few variables, or you may use some if condition. So why you are using them? For that you can use the comments. So using two slashes, you can comment something. Similarly, sometimes what happens, comments may not be, you may not write in one line. So in such cases, you can span across multiple lines using slash, star and star slash. So in between them, if you put any comment, it is called as multi-line comment. You need to put comments in any program. So whether it is written in Java or C# or Python, whatever it may be, comments you need to put. It's a good practice. Though if you don't put any comment, what happens, the program may compile, but readability factor you don't have if you don't use comments. So you need to put comments in order to improve the readability. See, when you write some code, the code should be very simple. Remember always this. Code has to be very, very simple whenever you write any piece of code. Okay, so why it should be simple? When you write in a simple manner, others can read, others can understand. When you work when you develop some code for an organization, always you only not going to work. Sometimes after some time, probably you move from one company to another company, but code will be used. Suppose they require some modification, new person has to modify it. So simply by looking at program, they can't understand easily. But if you put comments, they can easily understand it. So for that purpose, you need to go with the comments. Even say suppose this now you have coded something. After say an year or 2 years, you are coming back to same code. You may not follow if there are no comments. So comments always improve the readability. So readability factor is important. Therefore, you must use the comments. You can go do with a single line comment, or you can use the multi-line comments. These two comments you can use within the code. Okay, now first of all, when you talk about any program, it has input, then processing and output. We need to give some input, then after that we need to process the data. Ultimately we should give the result. Okay, but how we give input? There are many ways using which you can give input. One of the ways is what actually reading from keyboard. We need to read data from keyboard. Therefore, for that we need to use a class called a scanner. It's nothing but a predefined class. With the help of that you can read data. So here system.in represents keyboard. Okay, system.out represents monitor. Here system.out is going to be representing monitor. Then similarly system.arr is basically for error. So all these are called as here the standard input and output devices. System.in is a standard input device. System.out is going to be standard output device. System.err is here again standard output device. So these are here input and output devices. So system.in is representing keyboard. If you enter something from keyboard, you should be reading it. With the help of system.in, you can read. Similarly, something you want to write on the monitor, therefore you must use system.out, and whenever there is any error, you must use their system.err. So with the help of system.err, the error will be written to the monitor. So all these are going to be input as well as output devices. Okay, so these are standard input and output devices. So whenever you write any program, automatically these they get opened. We need not open them explicitly. By default, they are going to be getting opened. Even when you work with C language or C++, at that time also they get opened. In the C language, you may see something like this: stdin we write it std in, then std out, then std err, okay, then std aux you have here, std aux you have. So one more is also available, std in, std out, std aux. One more thing also we have there. So these files automatically they get opened in the case of C main program. std in you have, std out you have, std err you have, std aux. One more thing is std prn. So prn stands for printer. In the case of C language, these automatically they get opened. So whenever the main method is called, at that time it's going to open these files. Okay, in the C language. In the same way, in Java, these objects are available to you. System.in, system.out, system.err. So these are part of the system package. In is a part of package, system package. Out is part of system package. ERR is nothing but a part of the system package. What exactly a package is? A package is nothing but set of similar classes. You may have similar classes, you put them in the logical holder, placeholder, so that is called as here package. So it is nothing but logical holder, we can say logically it's going here, the various classes together, that is called as package. Not only classes, even interfaces you have inside this. There is a word called interface. So in the interface, what you have is, you have just declarations, method declarations, there is no implementation, method declarations, as well as constants declaration you have in the interface. Interface and classes, these two are very, very important as far as Java is concerned. There is a term called class, other one is interface. So in the class, what you have exactly, you may have methods, you may have data. So data gives you state, whereas methods give actually behavior. But as far as interface is concerned, you don't have any associated data, just method declarations you have, and apart from that, you define constants in that. That's called as basically interface. Okay, we discuss about interface and classes as we progress. When we talk about OOPS, at that time we discuss more and more on that. But right now we are looking into writing simple Java programs. Here system.in, system.out, system.err. System.in is basically keyboard. System.out is monitor. System.err is also monitor. So automatically these get opened for us. Whenever the main method is invoked in Java, so automatically these are opened. We need not open them explicitly, automatically these get opened. So using these classes, you can be giving input as well as you can give output. So with the system.in, you can read 1 byte of data with the help of the .read method. So using read, you can read 1 byte. But with the system.out, you can write 1 line of data, or you can write you can write a line of data on the screen. Then after that, the cursor can be remained in the same line, or you can move depending on the methods there. One is system.print, other one is system.println. With the help of that, you can manage the system.out. Whenever there is an error, automatically it comes on the console with the help of the system.err. So let us look into these things. Now suppose you want to read data from keyboard. So how you read data? You need to read data, and what type of data you are going to read, that is important. Whenever you enter anything from something from keyboard, it is going to be in the string format. Even if you enter 1, 2, 3, it's nothing but string. Okay, even if you enter something like true, this is going to be string only. Even if you write something like Suresh, so this is going to be in the string format only. Even 1, 2, 3 is nothing but string. It is going to be interpreted as 1, 2, 3 like this. Okay, even true is also going to be 1, 2, 3 like this only, it will be interpreted. And even Suresh is also going to be interpreted like string only. Whatever you enter from keyboard is going to be in the string format. Therefore, we need to convert into appropriate types of data. For that, we use a class called as scanner. Okay, using scanner class, you can create an object. With the help of that object, you can read data. So using scanner class, we can read data. You need to take scanner class. With the help of that, you create a scanner object. Then with the help of that, you can input data. You can be reading data from keyboard with the help of the scanner class. So we can use here a scanner class. With that, we can create an object. Using that object, we can read data. Different type of data you can read. You can read float data. You can read double data. You can read a string. Okay. Similarly, you can read a Boolean value. You can read a byte value. depending on the requirement, you can be reading data. So scanner, with the help of the scanner class, you can create a scanner object, then you can read different type of data in that. So therefore, we need to use scanner class in order to input data from keyboard. Scanner is part of actually system.util. This has been defined with the system.util package. Sorry, not system, Java. So java.util, there this has been defined. In java.util package, you find the scanner class. With that, we can create a scanner object. Now let us try to write it. So let me create here new program. First of all, I close all whatever projects are open. I am closing. Then I create here a new program. This is going to be Java project. Then here I write, this is data input project. Okay, so this is going to be project name. It is going to be in the default location. That means wherever your workspace, in that only we are saving it. D Suresh is your project workspace name. There we are creating the project data input. So here itself, it's going to be getting created. It will have the folder name called as data input project. In that folder, it's going to create for us a bin folder, and other thing is src folder. Here you see, use an execution environment Java SC 1.8. Then project layout, you see, use project folder as root for source and classes. We don't want to use like that. We are going to separate here the src folder and the bin folder. In the src folder, you have source code. Okay. Similarly, in the bin folder, you have Java bytecode files. That means compiled Java source code classes are available within the bin file. So in the bin file, you have the bytecode files. Whenever you compile Java source code, so the source code gives you bytecode file that we are going to keep in the bin folder. And in the src folder, you have the source code. Now here, click on the next. So this is going to be having this type of layout, data input, then src. One more folder is going to be bin. You can see here. You see data input project /bin. So this is going to be output folder. Here your bytecode files will be available. Now finish. And one more thing, as you type here, automatically this is getting compiled here using Eclipse. If you go to project, you can see that. If you go with the properties, it gives you here. Okay, you have an option whether you want to automatically build or not. It's going to give you such options. Source is going to be automatically built. If you want to turn it off, you can turn that particular feature. Okay, so automatically it is going to be building this particular thing. Automatically what happens here? It's going to be here building as you type the code. So somewhere you can find it in the editor. Probably you have preferences. In the preferences, let us see. General, then Java, here in this appearance, build path, code style, everything is available here. So as you type here, what happens? It's going to be getting here compiled into object code. You need not separately compile it. Automatically it gets compiled here. Now go to input project, then here create a new class. So we say this as a class, then here write, under this particular project we create a new class. We write it as, this is C, student data is going to be the class name. Student data is the class name. I want to have here a main method inside this. See, it is going to be a main method. In whatever class you keep main method, that class must be a public class. Remember always this. Okay. In whatever class you are writing main method, among number of classes, only one class should have main method. In more than one class, you should not keep the main method. Remember this point. Main method should come only once, not in more than one class. Okay, through the main method only, other classes you need to instantiate. So here, I am going to create a main method. This main method is part of actually student data. Therefore, the student data should be, the class should be here a public class. This is called a scope of the project, scope of the class. So it is going to be a public class. And the same name you need to save file. File also must be getting saved as here studentdata.java. Remember this point. So you need to save with the same name. In whatever class you have the main method, with the class name itself we need to save the file, and that particular class must be public class. Okay, and one more point you remember, if you are writing classes more than one class in the same file, at that time there should be only one public class in that. There cannot be more than one public class in one file. Okay, in a project you can have more than one public class, but as far as physical file is concerned, there should be only one public class in the given file. You cannot have more than one public class in the given file. Remember this point. Okay, so whenever you create any file in which you are having more than one class definition, so at the time there should be only one public class. But if you want to have more than one public class in a package, you need to save them separately in different files. In different files you can save, but all of them can be kept in under one project. Okay, you need to be knowing about this. This is very important. Now let me finish here this. So automatically it has added some code for me here. You can see here some code is getting added automatically here. Now let me import. I need to import in order to use the scanner class. I need to import. If I don't import, I should use fully qualified name. Come to this point here. Now I can use here the fully qualified name. So fully qualified name is something like this. I should write java dot, then util followed by dot, this is here scanner, then object scanner, this is equal to here new I should put, followed by again java dot util dot scanner I should put here. Okay, scanner I should write, followed by here I should specify from where input is coming. It's going to be system.in. I can use like this, system.in I can put. So this way I can specify it. I am specifying the scanner. For scanner, what is the input source? Sometimes it can be coming from a file, or it may be coming from a memory stream. So here I am using it as a source is what exactly keyboard. So from keyboard it's going to read data. Here I have declared like this, java.util.scanner object scanner equal to new java.util.scanner system.in. So scanner object, I can put a comment, refers keyboard. So like this I said, I am going to put a comment in that way. What it says exactly? It says that java.util, scanner object is actually referring the keyboard. So using keyboard now you can input data. This is called as fully qualified name. I am using here the main package, in that sub package then I am using the class. When I write something like this, this is called as fully qualified name, or we can say FQN. FQN stands for here fully qualified name. I am using here fully qualified name. With that I can create here a object. An object I am creating with a fully qualified name. Suppose I don't want to use fully qualified name. In such cases I should write import followed by java.util I should put here, then dot star I should write. So what is the meaning of this? I can use all the classes of the util package. Whatever public class are available I can use now within the code. If I put, even if I don't put the fully qualified name, still it works in this. I can remove it. It will not show any error in such cases. Reason, I am importing them from the package. Whatever public class are available, I can straight away use. I am getting here reference. So therefore what happens? Whatever public classes I have, I can use. If you don't want to use all the classes, you want to go with only one class. So in such cases, you go with the star, then put here only scanner. From here, you can just use only scanner. So only scanner class you can use in such cases. You cannot use any other class. But when you put a star, all the public classes you can use here. But here you can be using only a single class called as scanner. Depending on the requirement, you need to use them. You have written import java.util.scanner, so it can accept on here scanner class is available. Using them, you can create object. A scanner object you can create. Suppose you don't have this here. In such cases, you need to go with a fully qualified name. So fully qualified name, how we write? It is going to be java.util.scanner is called as here fully qualified name. If you put something like this, it is what exactly? Java dot then util dot scanner is called as a fully qualified name. So this is called as here fully qualified name here. Okay, so this is going to be here a fully qualified name. Whereas this one is only the class name. When we use on the top this import statement, straight away you can write like this. Now come to the code. Now I want to read some data from keyboard. I want to read some number. I want to read some number. Whether that number is even number or odd number, I want to find out. Therefore, I write this way. I declare first of all a number, int num I write. Int num equal to, I need to read from keyboard. So how to read that? For that, I can write this way. Object scanner, then followed by here dot. We have so many methods available. I want to read here integer. So just go with the next int. It can read actually the integer, whatever you enter from keyboard. You are going to read that number. Int num equal to object scanner dot next int. I am going to here read a number from keyboard. Now I need to find out whether it is whether that is even number or not. Therefore, I can write here this way. System dot then out dot println. Okay, system dot out dot println. Then here I can write. I am using this time a conditional operator. I can put here num greater than num percent 2 equal to is it 0. So in such cases we print it as it's even. Okay, else what we put here? Else it is odd. You can print the output like this. So using here a conditional operator called as question mark operator, and this is also called as here ternary operator, and one more thing here equality operator also I am using. So here num percent 2 is going to give you remainder. If I enter an even number, when I divide that with 2, that gives actually a 0 remainder. But if I give an odd number, in such cases that gives a 1 remainder. So whenever I divide the number with 2, if the result is 0, the remainder is 0, in such cases it prints it as even, else it's going to be saying odd. Okay, so it's going to print here this as odd. Like this, it should be giving us result. Either even or odd should be printed. So when you take the number and when you divide with 2, remainder is either 0 or 1. So if it's 0 remainder, it's even, otherwise it's odd. Now we need to print that. So we have written that piece of code, and here first of all we created scanner object, then here int num equal to object scanner dot next int. So using this you can read next integer. If you recall C language code, in the C language you might have used scanf function. So using scanf you might have used %d, similarly %f, %s. All these are what exactly? To read different type of data. %d gives you decimal integer, %f can give you floating point number, %s can give you string. In the same way, here also you can read different type of data you can read here. So whenever you use here the scanner, here object scanner dot next int is going to give you integer. Next integer it can give. So whatever number you enter is converted to integer and it will be kept here. So int num equal to object scanner dot next int, it's going to read from keyboard and going to assign to the num. Then what we do here, system dot out dot println num percent 2 equal to 0, then we put a question mark. This is called as here a conditional operator. It's called as here conditional operator. Num percent 2 gives you here 0 whenever number is even number, otherwise it gives 1. So whenever it is even number, you get this as even, otherwise we get it as odd. Okay, so it is going to be that way. Whenever it is even number, it prints that it's even, so otherwise it's going to printing it as odd. So system.out.println is going to print something on the screen here. We are going to print something on the screen with the help of the system.out.println. Now let us try to run this here. See here I haven't kept any prompt, so it's not asking. I enter some 10 here. It says it's even. So what I should do here, I should have some sort of prompt. Therefore I write like this, system dot then out dot println. Right here, please enter any number. Please enter any number. We should ask like this. If we enter number, it's going to be finding. Now in that, it's giving like this, please enter a number. I enter 10. It says it's even. In the bottom you can see result. Once again, if I run here, if I enter some 15, it should say it's odd. It is saying as odd. So using this program, we are inputting a number. Then after that, whether that's even number or odd number, we are finding out. Okay. So whenever you deal with numbers, you need to think about one important point. Here you have data types. Let us come into this point here. We have some data types like byte is a type of data, short is a type of data, then here int is a type of data, then one more is here, we have byte, short, and it is going to be long. Okay. Similarly, we have here float and one more is here double. Like this you have types of data. Byte uses only 1 byte and the short uses here how many bytes? 2 bytes. int uses here 4 bytes. Then if you go with the long, it's going to be using here 8 bytes. In the case of float also, this is 4 bytes and when it is double, it's going to be 8 bytes. So like this, you have the data types and you have associated sizes with them. Byte is just 1 byte, short is going to be 2 bytes, int is 4 bytes, long is 8 bytes, float is 4 bytes and double is 8 bytes. So like this you are going to be having bytes. Fine. So byte uses 1 byte of data, short uses 2 bytes, int uses 4 bytes, long uses 8 bytes, float uses 4 bytes, double is going to use 8 bytes. Like this you have certain size for the data. Okay. Now here these are called as compatible types. Why it is called compatible types? Since all of them are numbers. But here if you declare something like this, byte b equal to, you put some 100. Okay. Next right here, int k equal to, put some 200. Now suppose if you write here k equal to b, it's acceptable. If you write here b equal to k, it's not acceptable here. So reason is what? When you write here k equal to b, k is what exactly? Bigger size, b is smaller size. That means what? A smaller size data you can accommodate in a bigger size data, because integer is requiring here 4 bytes whereas byte is only 1 byte. 1 byte of data you can accommodate in the 4 bytes data. But here if you take b equal to k, b is 1 byte data, k is how many bytes? It's 4 bytes. 4 bytes data you can't accommodate in the 1 byte. So this is called as here widening conversion. We say this as widening conversion. We call this as actually widening conversion, whereas this one is exactly what? It is going to be here narrowing conversion. We call this as narrowing conversion. So you cannot have narrowing conversion. If you try to convert in a narrow fashion, what happens there? Data may be getting truncated. So that's why by default Java does not support narrowing conversion. But you can convert even in such cases using this mechanism. B equal to, you can put like typecasting, then you can put k. So what you do exactly? Forcefully you are trying to convert the integer data into byte data. But in that process you may lose data. If there is a possibility of losing data in that. So if the data is bigger, up to 200, that's fine. But if it's above 200, what will happen with that? You may be getting truncated data. See, in fact, in the case of 200 also, you get some different data, how it is see. See, in the case of byte, what is the range? Minus 127 to only, minus 128 to 127 is the range. Above this you can't enter number, or below minus 128 you can't enter number. So if you try to enter a number which is below minus 128, it's called as underflow. If it's above 127, it's called as overflow. Okay, so here byte b equal to 100 is fine, int k equal to 200 is fine, but k equal to b when you write, there is no problem, because 100 can be converted to 4 byte number. But here a 200 number which requires actually 2 bytes only. So 2 bytes number you can't convert into 1 byte. So if you try to do like that, what happens? Data will be getting truncated. For example, you have 2 buckets of water. So 2 buckets you are having. One is 5 liter size, other one is 10 liter size. Okay, so whatever water you have in the 5 liter bucket, you can put all the water into 10 liter size container. But if you take the 10 liter bucket up to the brim you have water. If you try to accommodate all the 10 liters water into 5 liters bucket, it will overflow. Same thing here also it happens. You are going to lose in that case the water. In the case of if you try to put 10 liter bucket water into 5 liter bucket water, in such cases you lose the water. In the same way it happens here. And this concept is called as here widening conversion, and this is called as here narrowing conversion. And when you put here b equal to byte k, this is called as coercion, and forcefully you are trying to convert the value of k, you are trying to convert forcefully into bytes, and this is called as here coercion, or we can say it as typecasting. We can say it as typecasting. With this you can do. So this way what exactly you do? You are converting forcefully the k data into byte data here. How it happens? Let us see now in this program. So now here, instead of using int num, just try to use here a byte. I can put here byte num I write, and this is going to be here next byte. I write that way. It's going to be here next byte. I can read next byte data. Now it's going to be printing here. This is fine. Next thing what I do, I write here int, and here I introduce one more class called as say random class. So for that I am going to use fully qualified name. Here I write java dot util dot, I write this as here random. I can use here a random class random followed by object random equal to here it's a new random. New I should write like java dot util dot random I should use here. So I should use here a random class like this. With this I can create here a random object. It's part of util. I create random object. With that I can be picking here random numbers. Now I take here int, then I write here object say random, it's going to be random. I put like this. It's going to be here object random, then dot, this will be here next int. I can pick here an integer. So here I can give certain range. The range is how much I take up to some 500. Above 500 I don't want to enter. So it is going to be picking a number between 0 and 499. It can't pick 500. So 500 is here what maximum number, that is going to be here exclusive, not inclusive. So like this what I do, I am going to pick a number from 0 to 499. Now here let me go with this widening and narrowing conversion. Now here one more thing what I do, see here I write say like byte, okay, I write like this int n1, I am writing like this. If I put here n1 equal to, so it is num, it is acceptable, it does not give any error. Okay, here put system dot, then out dot println, put like this println, then try to write here the value of, so the value of n1 is, let us go to this and try to do this n1. Automatically n1 gets converted to string here. So automatically it's getting converted to string now here, this n1. Now fine. Next step is what? This time I want to go with int n1 I have taken. Now here num is getting assigned. That is fine. Now here num equal to, I just try to assign here some random number. I go with the random. Like this I am trying to write. First of all it is giving error. What it says, see here, cannot convert from into to byte it is saying. It's a type mismatch it is saying. This is called as here narrowing conversion. But this is what here widening conversion. Here it is a widening conversion. But now here this is going to be narrowing conversion. So by default narrowing conversion is not supported. Narrowing conversion is not supported in this. Okay, therefore what we should do with the typecasting. I should write here byte. In such cases everything works. Now try to print here system dot then out dot println. Okay, here write what we write here, random number is, put a plus here, then try to write random number we need to put here. That's going to be random we have taken. Write it as random. Then put plus here, and its another one is what here we try to do with the num, and num is, we need to put print here now the num. So what result we get? See what I am doing in this. First I created a scanner object. Then after that I am trying to read data from keyboard. I can enter byte. If I enter above say 127 or below minus 128, it's improper data. So I should enter in between minus 128 to 127. After that, what happens here, whether it's even number or odd number, it's finding out. That's fine. Next thing I created here a random object. Object random equal to new java.util.random. I created that. The next thing is what here, int random equal to object random dot next int 500. It can pick a number between 0 and 499. Any number between 0 and 499 can be picked there. Okay. So after that, I try to assign, okay, what I'm doing here, int n1. So here n1 equal to num I am writing. This is what n1 is going to be byte data. For that I am trying to assign it. n1 equal to num. Without any problem, it's getting converted. n1 also contains same value what we entered on the top. Fine. Then here next thing what I do, I am trying to convert random into num, because num is what type of data? Byte type of data. Whereas random is what? Integer type of data. It has a value between 0 and 499. When I try to assign that, it was giving error. If I remove here byte, once again you can see it was showing error. It's showing error, see here. Reason is what? Type mismatch. It can't convert a bigger number into smaller number. If you try to still convert, what happens? You may lose data. So therefore here now try to put like byte. In such cases forcefully you can convert. Now after converting, we try to print the value. What result we get? See in this now. Enter any number. I enter something here 45. Now see, it's odd. The value of n1 is 45, random number is 52, and num is also 52. There is no problem in this. Since number is 52, it can be accommodated in the say byte type of data. Again you run here. This time what happens? See, I enter this time some 10. What happens? See now. Even this time also it is 103, because 103 can be accommodated in 1 byte. It's coming properly. Next time once again try to run here. So go with some 12 this time. What it says now? Random number is 140 and number is 116. It's saying minus 116. It's saying. So what is happening here? Data is getting truncated. So instead of assigning 140, it's assigning some minus 116. So it is not in our control now. Data is getting corrupted like this. That means what? Some part of data has been actually truncated in this. What happened here? Some part of data got truncated here in this. So this is what? This is nothing but narrowing conversion. When you forcefully narrow it down, what will happen? You lose the precious data in that. So precious data you may be losing. So that's why Java does not support it. If you try to do that, it's giving error in that. So system.out.println, random number is random and num is here. So num also should be 140 if it's properly converted. But since it could not properly convert, what happened here? Number is 140, but here see the num is going to be minus 116. Num is byte type of data, and here random number is what type of data? It's a integer type of data. So therefore, when you go with the narrowing conversion, data may be getting truncated. So that's why by default it does not support narrowing conversion. But what I have done here, forcefully I converted. When I convert forcefully, to whatever extent it can convert, it converts, but ultimately you get the improper data. Because 140 you cannot accommodate in 1 byte, therefore you cannot get exact result in that. So this way what is happening, you can have conversion between the compatible types, widening conversion or narrowing conversion. By default, widening conversion is accepted, there is no problem with that. But as far as narrowing conversion is concerned, it does not support. So in such cases, forcefully you should convert data. So in the narrowing conversion forcefully you should be converting. So from higher type to lower type you should convert forcefully. But from lower type to higher type there is no problem. It's called as widening conversion. So in this way the program is working for us. And one more thing, what we saw in this, we have seen here random class. So using random class, how to generate random numbers. It is generating here some random number for us. Okay. So further, here we are using a scanner. With the help of scanner, we could actually read data from keyboard. We are reading data from keyboard with the help of the scanner. Now one more program, let me show you. In that, I am going to read data from keyboard. So that is going to be one simple thing actually. So it's going to be here. Okay, so it's going to be like this. I create here okay. So now in this I want to input a name. So that is going to be string. We have a class called a string. With the help of string class you can manipulate strings. So as far as string is concerned, you are having three versions. One is string, then other thing is string buffer, one more is here string builder. You have these two things. As I explained the other day, string is what? String is read only, string buffer and string builder are both read as well as write. They can be read and they can be written. So string is here what? It's a something like read only, whereas string buffer, string builder, they are not read only. You can change the content inside that. String is got as immutable, string buffer, string builder are going to be mutable. You can change the content inside them. So now I want to use here string class. But before that, I would like to explain something about the string here. So as far as strings are concerned, you can declare a string variable like this. String str, this equal to, you can write here 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose I make a string like this. This way I can create a string, or else I can write like this, string, then str1 equal to, I may write like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, not like this. It's going to be new string, then followed by here you write like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now these two are going to be different objects. When I write string str equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, this is called as a literal constant. So it's going to be literal. I'm having a constant 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. But when I create here, it's creating a new object. It's creating an object for me. In the memory, you have an object like this. So, but here what is happening? Here also it's creating object, but it's going into string pool of constants. It's going to maintain certain string constants. It's part of the now string pool of constants that's maintained by JVM. Now suppose I put like this here, str2 equal to, if I put here 1, 2, 3, 4, what happens? They refer the same location. str and str2, they are going to be referring same location. It's because as soon as I assigned here 1, 2, 3, 4, JVM is going to create a string pool of constants. So the constant will be in the string pool. Next time if you try to create one more object with the same value, what will happen? It's going to be referring the existing one, because this is a constant value. 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be constant value. And since you can't modify the string, so there is no point in creating other object. Therefore what happens? It's going to be referring same 1, 2, 3, 4. In both the places, it is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 only, but all of them refer same location. In the memory they are going to be referring same location. So therefore there is no difference between str and str2. They are going to be same in fact. But here str and str1 are different. So it's going to create an object for us. Here it's not creating any object, but it's creating one string constant in the JVM. So JVM is going to be creating string pool of constants. So here it created a constant. Next time when you try to create, it's going to refer the existing constant. But here what happens? A new object is created. So therefore str1 and str2 are different. str1 and str2 are different. str1 and str are different. But str and str2 are going to be same, because they are referring the same location there. Now let us try to explore that, how it works. Okay, further here itself I try to show you that. I declare like string, then followed by str equal to, it is here some hello I put. Instead of saying AB123, I can write hello. Now next thing is here string str1, this equal to new string I can write. I can create a string object like this. Followed by here I write hello. Like this I can write it. Similarly, I try to write here string str2, this equal to, once again I put hello. So as I told you, the str and str2 are same. Okay, whereas str1 and str2, str are different, str1 and str2 are also different. They contain same data, but they are going to be different. Now similarly, one more thing also I create, string, then str3 I create, this equal to new string I create, even inside this I have hello. Okay, so now let us see let us compare these. Now what happens here, str1 and str2 are same, but str and str1 are not same. Similarly, str1 and str2 are not same. Even str1 and str3 are also not same, because it's creating here two different objects. But here it's creating only one constant. In both the cases it's referring same constant. Like this they are going to be working. Now let us try to compare here. I write like this, system dot then out dot println. What I write here, I write this way, str equal to, I can compare both objects with str2. str I am comparing with the str2 here. If they are same, it prints here. str and str2 are same. It can print like that. Else it should say str and str2 are not same. Like this it should print. Now similarly, I go with the next set of data. I try to see here str, and this is going to be str1. So str and here str and str1 are not same, it should print for us. Similarly, we now try to compare here str1 and str3, what result we get see in this. So it is str1 and str3 are same, or we get here str1 and str3 are not same. What result we get? Let us see. Let us try to run the application now. So I am going to run the application. Here what happens, see. I enter some number, I enter some 15. Okay. Now when you look at the result, what happens, see in this. I entered number 15, it's printing odd, the value of n1 is 15, random number is 221 and number is minus 35. It's because of actually truncation of data. Now here it says str and str2 are same, as I told. str and str1 are not same, str1 and str3 are not same, like this it's saying. Because whenever you use here the double equal, it is actually looking at the locations. In what location the value is, it is looking. So in the case of objects, this happens because str is nothing but a string object. str1 is also nothing but string object. str2 is also string object. So in the case of reference variables, it's going to be looking at the location. Are they from same location or from different location? It's trying to find out. Okay, if they are from same location, in such cases what happens? They say they are same, otherwise they are not same. So str and str2 are referring same location. But str and str1 are different. Okay, str1 and str3 are also different. Data is in that is going to be same. Whatever data you have in that, it's going to be same. But here the locations are different. So like this they are working. Now one more thing you see, you have an equal operator, equals operator. How that works, see. Now I write here str dot here equals. I put this as here. I'm going to put this one as here. str1. So what happens, see in this now, when we run this, what result we get? Let us see here in this. Enter a number, some 45, enter. Now what it says? It says here str and str2 are same, it's saying here. Then str and str1 are not same. str1 and str3 are not same. str and str2 are same, it's saying now, because it's looking for the value. When you use here equals, it's going to be looking for the value inside the variables there. So here you have reference variables, in them you have data. With the help of equals, you are looking for the content. What content is inside that we are comparing. Therefore at the bottom it says str and str2 are same. So it's going to say like this, with the help of equals you are trying to get the content. Now apart from this, you have one more method with a string. It's going to be here, you can take this way, dot compare. We have here compare to ignore case, or compare to you have ignore case. Now if you try to take some data here, I can use some constant value. I put here this as hello. So in such cases what happens? It's not going to be ignoring it, it's going to just ignore. So this equal to here, if it is 0, in such cases it says they are same. Okay, here it's str and what I put here, hello, it's kept like this, hello or same, says like this. Else what it does here, str and here hello are not same, it may say. Whenever you use here ignore case, it does not bother about case sensitivity. But when you come to ignore, just compare to, if you use in such cases, definitely it is going to have the case issue. So here just go with here compare to use. Don't use any case, just use here compare to, what result you get, see in that. So here what happens, after this you are printing str and str2 are same. Then after that what happens, when you use compare to ignore case, it should be same. str and str2, str1 should be same. But here what happens, str and hello must be different. So now here we should print result as str and hello are same. Okay. Similarly, next one is str and hello are not same. It should print for us. Now enter here some number 6. What it says here, str and str2 are same. Here str1 and str3 are not same. str and str2 are same here. Then str and hello are same, it says, because we are using compare to ignore case. Then here str and hello are not same, it says, because just we are using compare. So in the case of ignore case, it's not bothering about uppercase or lower case. But simply if you use compare, it's going to show you here exactly the difference. So if you have any case mismatch, in such cases it says they are not same. So like this you can be using strings. So these are few things we use with the strings. Okay. Apart from this, you have many methods as far as strings are concerned. You have so many methods, so you can be performing on the strings. You can convert into uppercase, you can convert into lower case. Many things you can do with the string. So that we look in the string manipulation. Okay. So Suresh, if you have any questions now, you can